Marko here from Fair Realty, Victoria, BC. Today, I'm going to talk about court foreclosures and why you almost never see court foreclosure sales going below market value. In my opinion, often I actually see them going above market value. I've been in real estate now for more than 15 years. I've been to court on more than 25 occasions with my buyers who have submitted bids on these court foreclosures. Earlier this year, I attended one yet again. I was there with a buyer. My buyer offered $528,000 on a property. There were other parties there, and it got bid up to over $600,000. Today, I'm going to give you a concrete example of a court foreclosure sale versus a resale in the same building. I'm really familiar with the building because I own a unit in the building. I've actually owned in this building for the last 15 years. The two sales were a day apart, so they sold in the exact same market. So first of all, we'll start with a court foreclosure. The building is 834 Johnson. This was a 483 square foot unit. The lender and their lawyer initially listed it for $369,900. The first listing ran for 89 days. Eventually, the price was reduced down to $299,900. It was relisted. And then during the course of the second listing, which was just over 60 days, there was an accepted offer. The lender accepted an offer for the asking price of $299,900. This accepted offer is made public. I'm going to show you here on the screen somewhere how it looks. The court date is made public. The accepted offer is made public. And here's the thing. If it's a really low accepted offer, people are going to see that because it's public information, and then they're going to show up in court and they're going to submit higher bids. And that's exactly what happened on the court date. Multiple parties showed up, and this 483 square foot unit ended up selling for $333,500. Keep in mind, it's also where is, as is. There was no guarantees in terms of the appliances. You're taking quite a bit of risk buying a court foreclosure. So that was the court foreclosure sale. The next day, a sale was reported in the same building, 505 square foot unit. And this is the listing history on this resale. So this is an owner selling, not a foreclosure. It was listed for $380,000, dropped down to $374,900, dropped down to $349,900, and then it sold for $333,000. So it sold for $500 less than the court foreclosure, but the unit is actually approximately 20 square feet bigger than the court foreclosure sale. You're also reassured this property is going to be delivered in similar condition as when it was viewed. If the appliances are included, those appliances are going to stay. There's a lot of benefits to buying from an owner versus the risk you have to take in a court foreclosure. So same building, one day apart, so exact same market. We have a resale unit selling for $500 less, even though it's bigger than the court foreclosure. So what happens? Why are these court foreclosures? Why aren't there deals on them? My impression is, from having attended more than 25 of these over my 15-year career, is people show up to court, they see the other real estate agents. So when I was in court earlier this year, right away, I knew the other real estate agents. I saw they were there with their buyers. My buyer can see the other buyers there. And when you see other buyers bidding on something, you're more likely to overpay or increase your bid, in my opinion. So of the 25 times I've been to court, I've actually never seen a deal. I've seen people way overpay, and the bids are blind. I've seen scenarios where, you know, one buyer in court bids $705, another one bids $715, and the third one bids $805. They're outbidding the second best offer by $90,000, and the offers in court are unconditional. You cannot back out. Just the fact that you overbid someone else by $90,000, you also have to have a deposit ready. You're stuck in that overpay scenario. So I am not a huge fan of court foreclosures. There's too much risk. They take time to play out because a court date has to be set. Usually the price is bid up to at least market value, sometimes above market value in court. A lot of people always contact me, hey, Marko, can I get a deal on a court foreclosure? And this example I just gave you is a concrete example of a court foreclosure sale, even though it was a smaller unit, going for $500 more than an owner resale unit. That's it for this week. Marko, Juras, Fair Realty.